Dear students, today we discuss the diamagnetism. And the first theory of diamagnetism is the classical theory, which is also known as the Langevin theory of diamagnetism. And before coming to the theory of diamagnetism, we have to go through a basic introduction of the origin of magnetism. So the origin of magnetism lies in the orbital and spin motions of electrons and how these electrons interact with one another. That you already know. Because of these orbital and spin motions of electrons, this magnetic property of the substance arise. Then the best way to introduce the different type of magnetism is to describe how materials respond to magnetic fields. So depending upon the way in which different materials responds to magnetic field, we can introduce the different types of magnetism. The main distinction is that in some materials there is no collective interaction of atomic magnetic moments. In certain types of materials there is no collective interaction of atomic dipole moments, and such substances are called diamagnetic and paramagnetic. Whereas in other certain type of material there is a very strong interaction between atomic moments, and the magnetic behavior of materials can be classified into the following 5 major groups. So some other types of materials, they very strongly interact with the external magnetic field, or there is a very strong interaction between atomic moments. So based on all these properties, the substance can be mainly classified into 5 major groups depending upon their behavior towards an external magnetic field. The first one is diamagnetic substance, paramagnetism, then ferromagnetism, ferrimagnetism, and antiferrimagnetisms. Then materials in the first 2 groups are those that exhibit no collective magnetic interaction and are not magnetically ordered. First 2 types, that is in the case of diamagnetism and paramagnetism, this substance exhibit no collective magnetic interaction, so they are not at all magnetically ordered. And the materials in the last 3 groups exhibit magnetic order below a certain critical temperature, and the other 3 groups, that is ferroferry and antiferry, that they exhibit a collective behavior and a magnetic order below a particular temperature called the critical temperature. Then ferromagnetic and ferrimagnetic materials are usually what we consider as being magnetic, and the remaining 3 are so weakly magnetic that they are usually thought of as non-magnetic. Out of the 5 materials, we usually magnetic materials എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഫെറോ ആൻഡ് ഫെറി ടൈപ്പ് മെറ്റീരിയൽസിനാണ് നമ്മൾ മാഗ്നറ്റിസം പ്രോപ്പർട്ടി മാഗ്നറ്റിക് ആയിട്ട് കൺസിഡർ ചെയ്യുന്നത്. ബാക്കി എല്ലാ കേസിലും ദ ഇൻട്രാക്ഷൻ ഈസ് വെരി വീക്ക്. Now we can go to the property of diamagnetism. Diamagnetism, it is a fundamental property of all materials, although it is usually very weak. എല്ലാ സബ്സ്റ്റൻസും യൂഷ്വലി കാണിക്കുന്ന ഒരു പ്രോപ്പർട്ടിയാണ് ഡയാമാഗ്നറ്റിസം. ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഡ്യൂ ടു ദ നോൺ കോപ്പറേറ്റീവ് ബിഹേവിയർ ഓഫ് ഓർബിറ്റിംഗ് ഇലക്ട്രോൺസ് വെൻ എക്സ്പോസ്ഡ് ടു എൻ അപ്ലൈഡ് മാഗ്നറ്റിക് ഫീൽഡ്. So the main reason for diamagnetism is the non-cooperative behavior of the orbiting electrons towards an external applied magnetic field. Diamagnetic substances are composed of atoms which have no net magnetic moments. So that is important. That is diamagnetic substance, the atoms are not having no net magnetic moments. That is, all the orbital shells are filled and there is no unpaired electrons. So in diamagnetic materials, there is no unpaired electrons and all the shells are filled. However, when exposed to field, a negative magnetization is produced, and thus the susceptibility chi of such materials are negative. So diamagnetic materials have a magnetic susceptibility, negative magnetic susceptibility, and when exposed to an external magnetic field, a negative magnetization is produced in them. And examples for diamagnetic substances are quartz, calcite, water, etc. Along with this, the inert gases like helium, argon then bismuth copper, metals like bismuth copper, zinc, gold, silver, mercury, etc., and water, glass, marble, etc., and some organic compounds also exhibit this diamagnetic property. And the relative permeability of such type of materials are temperature independent, and because due to the induced magnetic moment there is they show the mu r, the relative permeability of such a diamagnetic substance are always independent of temperature. And you know what chi is? Chi is nothing but it is chi we can express like this. We have the expression for B as that is B is equal to the total magnetic field can be expressed as mu 0 into H plus M, where mu 0 H is the external magnetic field, magnetization due to the magnetizing field, and this M is the magnetization, and this magnetization is produced within, because of the external field, magnetization is produced within the material, and so the total magnetic field is mu 0 into H plus M, and then this M is given as chi into H, so we can substitute in the expression for B as B is equal to mu 0 into H plus chi into H, then that is equal to mu 0 into 1 plus chi into H, and this 1 plus chi which we called it as this mu r, so mu 0 into mu r into H, mu 0 into mu r into H we can write it as mu into H. So B is nothing but B is equal to mu into H, where mu is mu 0 mu r, and mu r is nothing but 1 plus chi e. So that is the relation between chi and mu r. Now we can discuss the theory behind the diamagnetic substance, the classical theory of diamagnetism, which is the Langevins theory. The negative magnetic moment induced in a matter by an external magnetic field and the consequent negative susceptibility of a diamagnetic substance can be explained on the basis of this theory. Consider an electron rotating in a circular orbit in the anti-clockwise direction as shown below. ഇപ്പോൾ ഇവിടെ ഒരു ഫിഗറിൽ ഒരു ഇലക്ട്രോൺ റൊട്ടേറ്റ് ചെയ്യാണ്, സർക്കുലർ പാത്തിൽ റൊട്ടേറ്റ് ചെയ്യുന്നത് കാണിക്കുന്നുണ്ട്. ദിസ് ദെൻ ഇ ഈസ് ദ ചാർജ് ഓഫ് ഇലക്ട്രോൺ, ആർ ഇസ് ദ റേഡിയസ് ഓഫ് ദി ഓർബിറ്റ്. Here we have taken the radius of the orbit as r, and v0 is the initial velocity of electron, but no external field is applied. Then v0 plus delta v is the final orbital velocity of this electron when the field is applied. That is because of the application of magnetic field, there is some change in the velocity. And b is the induction vector of external magnetic field or magnetic field. So as the electron rotates in the orbit, it gives rise to a current in a circular loop having direction opposite to that of the rotation of electrons. So electron ഒരു circular pathil rotate ചെയ്യുമ്പോൾ, so movement of electrons, movement of charge produces current, and the direction of current will be opposite to the direction of electron flow. So the magnetic moment is due to this current loop is found to be along the downward direction as shown in figure. So magnetic moment എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ സർക്കുലർ ലൂപ്പിലൂടെയുള്ള മാഗ്നറ്റിക് മൊമെൻറ്റിൻ്റെ ഡയറക്ഷൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇവിടെ കാണിച്ചിരിക്കുന്ന പോലെ ഇറ്റ് ഈസ് ഡൗൺവേർഡ് ഡയറക്ഷൻ, ബിക്കോസ് മാഗ്നറ്റിക് ഫീൽഡ് ആൻഡ് കറണ്ട് ബോത്ത് ആർ റിലേറ്റഡ്. We know mu is equal to NIA by this expression. So the direction of magnetic moment here in this case is it is downward direction, so as shown in the figure. Let the magnetic field be switched on during the interval during the interval in which here you have to put a comma here, that is let the magnetic field be switched on during the interval in which the field increases from 0 to maximum value b. The magnetic flux in the value namakkariyam, it is b dot a, through the loop changes and give rise to an induced EMF given by Faraday's law. സോ നമുക്ക് ഈ ഒരു മാഗ്നറ്റിക് ഫീൽഡ് നമ്മൾ സ്വിച്ച് ഓൺ ചെയ്യുന്ന ഇൻസ്റ്റൻറ്റിൽ ഇനീഷ്യലി this electron is moving with a particular velocity. When the field is switched on, there will be a flux. The flux is associated with this, and because of this flux variation in flux, that is initially the flux was 0, and when the magnetic field is switched on and it rises from 0 to B, the flux also rises from 0 to maximum. So, and the value of the maximum this flux is given by B dot A, and which produces an EMF change in flux that produces change in magnetic flux produces an induced EMF, and that is given by Faraday's law. And the induced EMF is given by rate of change of magnetic flux. So that is equal to epsilon equal minus d phi by dt. So that is equal to minus d by dt of B dot A. Now the direction of this induced EMF is given by Lenz's law, and according to this law, the cause of induced EMF, that is increase in B, should be opposed. So the always says that the direction of induced EMF is such as to oppose the cause producing that effect. So here the cause producing that effect is the increase in the value of B. So this is possible by the increase in mu opposite to the direction of the increase of B. So here ഈ കേസിൽ നമുക്ക് മ്യൂ ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് ഡയറക്ഷൻ ഓഫ് ദി ബിക്ക് ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്ത് കഴിഞ്ഞാൽ ഇതിൻ്റെ ഇഫക്റ്റ് അക്കോർഡിംഗ് ടു ലെൻസസ് ലോ ഇതിൻ്റെ ഇ എം എഫിൻ്റെ കോസ് നമുക്ക് അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഇൻഡ്യൂസ് ഇ എം എഫിനെ റിഡ്യൂസ് ചെയ്യാവുന്ന ഒരു മെത്തേഡ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇതിനുണ്ട്. മ്യൂ വിൽ ഇൻക്രീസ് ഇഫ് കറണ്ട് ഇൻ ദ ലൂപ്പ് ഇൻക്രീസസ്, ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ദ മോഷൻ ഓഫ് ഇലക്ട്രോൺ ഇൻ ദ ഓർബിറ്റ് ബിക്കംസ് ഫാസ്റ്റ്. സോ മ്യൂ ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ മ്യൂ ഈസ് ഈക്വൽ ടു NIA ആണ്. സോ വെൻ I increases then only this mu will increase. So hence we require an electric field in a direction opposite to the direction of the rotation of electron, so that this electron may get accelerated. So high current produce ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ we have to apply an electric field in a direction opposite to the direction of rotation of electron. അതായത് കറണ്ട് ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ നമ്മൾ ഇലക്ട്രിക് ഫീൽഡ് അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്യണം. ഇലക്ട്രിക് ഫീൽഡ് എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇലക്ട്രിക് ഫീൽഡിൻ്റെ ഡയറക്ഷൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇവിടെ നമുക്ക് അത് ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്യണമെങ്കിൽ ആക്ച്വലി കറണ്ടിൻ്റെ ഡയറക്ഷൻ ഇൻക്രീസ് ചെയ്യുക എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞാൽ ഇലക്ട്രോൺ ഫ്ലോൻ്റെ ഡയറക്ഷൻ ഓപ്പോസിറ്റ് ഡയറക്ഷൻ ഓഫ് റൊട്ടേഷൻ ഓഫ് ഇലക്ട്രോൺ ആണ്. സോ ദാറ്റ് ഇലക്ട്രോൺ മേ ഗെറ്റ് ആക്സിലറേറ്റഡ്. അപ്പോൾ ഈ ഒരു കേസിൽ നമുക്ക് ചെയ്യാവുന്നത് ഈ ഒരു മെത്തേഡാണ്. സോ ലെറ്റ് ഇ ബി ദ ഇൻറ്റൻസിറ്റി ഓഫ് ദി ഇലക്ട്രിക് ഫീൽഡ്. നമ്മൾ അപ്ലൈ ചെയ്ത ഇലക്ട്രിക് ഫീൽഡിൻ്റെ ഇൻറ്റൻസിറ്റി ഇ ആണെങ്കിൽ നമുക്ക് എഴുതാൻ പറ്റും. ദെൻ നമ്മൾ കൊടുത്തിരിക്കുന്ന ഇ എം എഫ് എപ്സിലോൺ വിൽ ബി ഈക്വൽ ടു ക്ലോസ്ഡ് ഇൻറ്റഗ്രൽ ഇ ഡോട്ട് ഡി എൽ, ആൻഡ് ദാറ്റ് ഈസ് ഈക്വൽ ടു ദിസ് എപ്സിലോൺ ഇൻറ്റു this E into E dot dl is equal to E into 2 pi r. So E is equal to epsilon divided by 2 pi r, where epsilon is the EMF. So force experienced by the electron in this field, force experienced by the electron is given by mass into acceleration, that then force by charge is equal to electric field is equal to E into E. So that is equal to E into epsilon divided by 2 pi r. So m into dv by dt is equal to E divided by 2 pi r into epsilon is nothing but it is minus d phi by dt. So dv by dt is equal to E by m into 2 pi r into d phi by dt. Now from this it is equal to E by m into 2 pi r into d phi by dt. Here it is d phi by dt. So that is equal to E divided by m into 2 pi r into d phi by dt is d by dt of b dot a. So that is equal to b into a. A is a constant, b dot a both are along the same direction. So it is this area part is pi r square, we can take outside, then into db by dt. That is dv by dt is equal to, we can cancel pi r square from here and pi r square and 2 pi r. So the remaining part is only pi get cancels, r in the numerator and 2 in the denominator. So the value is er by 2m into db by dt, and put it as equation number 3. Therefore total change in velocity of electron as the external field increases from 0 to b is obtained by integrating this expression. So integrating this expression we will get this as this value is obtained as ER divided by 2m into integral of dB by dt, that is equal to B. So grad V is equal to del V is equal to ER divided by 2m into B, and the consequent change in frequency is a velocity and frequency is related by like this, V is equal to R omega. So delta omega is equal to del V divided by R, so that is equal to EB by 2m into R divided by R, so that will be EB divided by 2m. To find the increase in magnetic moment, a magnetic moment is given by I into A, so that is equal to this I is nothing but charge by time E by T into A is pi r square, so that is equal to E into pi r square into this T is nothing but V is equal to R omega, so it is equal to R into 2 pi by T, where T is a period, so T is equal to 2 pi R by V. So we can substitute here for T, that is equal to 1 by T becomes V divided by 2 pi R. So by cancelling this will be get mu is equal to EVR. This R square and R get cancels. Then pi and pi get cancels. So the remaining part is EVR divided by 2. So for V we can substitute R omega again. So mu is equal to ER square omega divided by 2. The change in magnetic dipole moment is given by ER square into ER square by 2 into omega by 2 becomes delta omega by 2, that is equal to ER square by 2. For then delta omega that we already derived the expression, it is equal to EB divided by 2m. So substituting this value we will get E square R square B divided by 4m. So that is the value of delta mu. So in vector form this can be written as del mu vector is equal to minus E square R square vector P divided by 4m, where we have this negative sign has lost somewhere, that is here we have in the expression for this d phi by dt x d phi by dt, here we have a minus sign, so that minus sign is suppose we not only the magnitude, then we need not have to consider the sign, but finally we have to retain the sign that delta mu is equal to minus E square R square B divided by 4m, or otherwise you can retain the sign from the first equation itself. So here the negative sign indicates that mu decreases with the increase of B. So here the proportionality is del mu is equal to E square R square B divided by 4m. So with a negative sign. So when mu increases, B decreases in the opposite side, or when B increases, the value of mu increases in the negative direction. So and mu increases with the increase of B in a direction opposite to that of B. Now let us consider the case of two electrons rotating in the opposite direction. If the external field is equal to 0, then the net magnetic dipole moment will be equal to 0, because in the first case the magnetic moment is in the downward direction, and in the second case the magnetic moment is in the upward direction. If B is not equal to 0, there will be a net mu in the direction opposite to B. So when no magnetic field is applied, the orbital magnetic moment of the two electrons being equal and opposite will mutually cancels out, but in the presence of an external magnetic field, the magnetic moment in the direction of field decreases, while that in the opposite direction increases, giving rise to a resultant magnetic moment opposite to the applied field. So in the case of a single electron, we have discussed the value of mu, but in the case of diamagnetic substance, it contains a closed that is the field orbit system. So in the field orbit system, in the presence of an external magnetic field, both the upward magnetic moment and downward magnetic moment will change, and the magnetic moment in the direction of the field will decrease, while that in the opposite direction will increase, and giving rise to a resultant magnetic dipole moment to the applied opposite to the applied electric field. So in substances where the paired electrons exist, in that case there will be a magnetic moment opposite to the direction of the applied electric field. And equation 6 that we have written already have been derived for one electron and can be extended to an atom having more than one electron. In deriving that equation, we have assumed that the plane of the orbit is perpendicular to the field. So that then in that case, B dot A, we have taken it as B into A. So however, the orbit can have any orientation with respect to the field, and the radius of the orbit in equation should be replaced by R1, where R1 is the projection of R in the plane perpendicular to the field. നമ്മൾ ഓൾറെഡി ഡിസ്കസ് ചെയ്ത കേസിൽ ബിയും എയും സെയിം ഡയറക്ഷൻ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ഡയറക്ഷൻ ഓഫ് ബി ആൻഡ് എ അല്ലെങ്കിൽ ബി ഈസ് ബിൻ്റെ ഡയറക്ഷൻ പ്ലെയിൻ ഓഫ് ദ ഓർബിറ്റ് ഈസ് പെർപെൻഡിക്കുലർ ഫീൽഡ് എടുത്തു. അതായത് ബി വെക്ടറിൻ്റെയും എ വെക്ടറിൻ്റെയും ഡയറക്ഷൻ എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ സെയിം ഡയറക്ഷൻ ആയിരിക്കും. മ്യൂച്വലി പെർപെൻഡിക്കുലർ ആകുമ്പോൾ എ വെക്ടർ വിൽ ബി അലോങ് ദി ബി ഡയറക്ഷൻ. ബി എന്ന് പറഞ്ഞിട്ടുണ്ടെങ്കിൽ ഇതിനൊരു പെർപെൻഡിക്കുലർ ആണെങ്കിൽ the area vector is also perpendicular, so that B and A will be in the same direction. Vector B and vector A is in the same direction. But usually ഇത് ഓർബിറ്റ് ഏത് ഡയറക്ഷനിലും ഇൻക്ലൈൻ ചെയ്യാൻ പറ്റും. അപ്പോൾ അതുകൊണ്ട് ഈ റേഡിയസ് എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് റേഡിയസ് ഓഫ് ദി ഓർബിറ്റ് ക്യാൻ ബി റിപ്ലേസ്ഡ് ബൈ R1. R1 എന്ന് പറയുന്നത് ഇറ്റ് ഷുഡ് ബി ദ പ്രൊജക്ഷൻ ഓഫ് R in the plane perpendicular to the field. Therefore the equation 6 means it is del mu is equal to minus E square R square B divided by 4m എന്നുള്ള ഇക്വേഷനിൽ നമുക്ക് instead of R we can substitute R1 square. Now there are a large number of randomly oriented orbit in the atom, and therefore the total magnetic moment induced in the atom by the external field, total magnetic moment നമ്മൾ കാണുമ്പോൾ we have to take the summation, so it is equal to minus E square B divided by 4m, constant ആണ്. Then R should be taken as the average of R1 square, and the mean value of this radius of all the orbits of R is with the R square is equal to S square plus Y square plus Z square is given by, for a spherically symmetric atom ആണെങ്കിൽ all these will be equal to 1 by 3 R square, 1 by 3 this R square. So average of R will be equal to this 2 by 3 R square ആയിരിക്കും. Average of Ri square will be equal to 2 by 3 R square. So therefore the total magnetic dipole moment induced in an atom, it will be equal to mu is equal to minus E square B divided by 4m into 2 by 3 R square, that is the average value of R. So that is equal to minus E square B divided by this 2 and 4 and 2 we can cancel, so it is equal to 2 into 3, that is 6m into R square. So that is the expression for mu. Mu is equal to this one. The atomic susceptibility of the diamagnetic substance is given by chi diamagnet is equal to m by h. That is the expression for chi is equal to m divided by h. So h we can write it as b divided by mu 0. So in the expression for induced dipole moment we have induced dipole moment is minus E square B divided by 6m into R square divided by h. For h we have the value b by mu 0. So we can b and b get cancelled. So the value becomes minus mu 0 comes to numerator, minus mu 0 E square divided by 6m into R square. So that is the expression for chi diamagnetic. And here you can see a negative sign here, and that is the property of the diamagnetic substance. If n is the number of atoms per unit volume, then the diamagnetic susceptibility per unit volume, that is equal to chi dia will be equal to minus n into mu 0 E square R square divided by 6m. If n is the number of atoms per unit volume, then the diamagnetic is this is the susceptibility per unit volume will be this quantity and with a negative sign. So this is exhibited by all substances, however it is very weak. So that is the classical theory of diamagnetism, where we can see that the magnetic dipole moment produced is always a negative, and also the susceptibility produced diamagnetic susceptibility produced is also having a negative sign because of the property of the magnetic dipole moment, such that in the presence of the external magnetic field, in the case of paired or in the case of substances having paired electrons, the magnetic moment in the direction of field increases, in the field decreases, while that in the opposite direction increases. So that net resultant magnetic field always be it is always be opposite to the applied field. So that is the reason how this diamagnetic, or that is the reason for this property of substance, as it behaves like a diamagnetic substance. Okay.